Hey everyone, it's Blue Hair Dave here, and I'm going to show you a breakdown of why you're probably not making money online and why other guys are, like Billy Jean is marketing. I'm going to do a full breakdown and show you the psychology that he's using in his YouTube video ads, as well as the funnel system that he's got going and how he's monetizing, we assume, and how he's also remarketing. So there's basic techniques you can break down by looking at other people's funnels and why they're making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars and why you aren't, okay? And if you follow these, you'll be able to probably increase your game, get more customer acquisition. So if you want to see more about this kind of stuff, give me a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. But we're going to go right into it right now and follow these techniques. I'm going to break it down. It's short, sweet, and it shows you the difference between why your funnel or your advertising for your company is not working and why he makes a ton of money. Let's jump right in.
Subscribe.
Perfect.
What's up? So let's go ahead and get this started. So I'm doing a breakdown about Billy Jean is marketing and the ads that he shows on YouTube. I'm going to show you some of the techniques he uses in the video and how he is monetizing these videos. So this is a YouTube video. I'm just going to go ahead and play it for a second here so you can see. Now he does a really high volume. He's also from San Diego. And I want to just point out the techniques that he's using because they work, okay? And so maybe you'll understand exactly what's going on with what he's doing. It's pretty cut and dry and clear cut, but you'd be amazed at how many people that fail to use these basic marketing techniques when they're trying to sell something, in particular, something like a course here, all right? So let's go ahead and, all right, let me go ahead and hit play.
Gurus that will say, oh my gosh, click this button and I'll make you so much money, blah, 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 blah. Well, shut the hell up. The reason why you haven't been able to make money is because you're focused.
All right, so you'll notice that was the first 10 seconds. And on YouTube, you have to get somebody's attention in order for them to keep listening. And in order for his little thing was he started talking about gurus, and then he said, shut the hell up. And that's enough to get some people's attention to watch and go, what's this guy going to say next? Little psychological things like that, okay?
Focused on the wrong thing. Your entire existence has been about money.
He's breaking down belief systems.
People don't make money because they want to. People make money because they solve problems. So for example, you're in my beach house, 4th of July weekend. When it gets dirty, I need someone to clean it. I can virtually reach out to 7 billion people on the planet to do that job. If you got 2 arms and 2 feet, you can clean. Therefore, that skill set is worth like $10 an hour. Now think about the flip side of that. If Paul, the gentleman behind the camera right now, were to fall down and start having a heart attack, he'd be dead. Because I'm not a doctor and I cannot save him. But if there was a doctor here that could save him, I would pay him any amount of money.
So you see what he's doing here is he's taking a concept. So there is money. Everybody wants to get into doing something a lot of the time for money. Okay, when you're trying to get into digital marketing, you're getting into it because you can make some money and also because it's going to give you more freedom. You don't have to work for somebody. All the benefits of working from home. You get to hang out in your lair like I do all the time, filming stuff if you want. And it's an awesome lifestyle. And the people that get into it or stumble upon it like I did are super grateful that we're into it. And the one thing he starts with is, so after he gets your attention, he says, you're doing everything wrong and because you want money. And then everybody wants money to a degree. So he's challenging a conventional thought process and then explaining why you're doing it wrong. And that is a sales technique. And so he's going to explain how money, because a lot of people think that if you just go after money and you have something good that you'll make money, or that you work hard that you'll make money. And that is not the case. People make money depending on the value of what they do for somebody else. So he's telling you, basically this whole video is about, if you can solve a problem, then you can make money. So when people make a lot of money, they solve a problem. So richest man in the world right now is Bill Gates. Bill Gates solved a problem where he had a unified computer system. Instead of using code, you could hit on pictures and stuff like that. And Apple had the same thing that they were able to do as well. So those two companies make billions of dollars because they made using a computer easier. And they marketed it in a way to where, and no matter what you want to say about the product, they marketed it in a way that seemed like it was easier to use it. Okay. And so they made a lot of money because they solved a problem. And he talks about how a cleaner gets maybe $10 an hour, and it could be a lot lower somewhere else in the United States and a lot lower in other places, because just about anybody can clean. They don't want to, they might not like it, but anybody can clean for the most part. There's a lot of people willing to do that. So it doesn't pay that well. And then people will say, well, how come a baseball player makes $100 million a year? Well, it's very hard to throw a baseball at a certain velocity and strike people out. And it's also very hard to hit the baseball. So payment doesn't judge the value or the ethics of what the person's doing. The payment is on whether you solve a problem and how hard it is to do that thing. Okay? And so he's going to talk in this whole video about if you're able to solve the problem of marketing for somebody, for a company, then you're very valuable because you're the person that gets the customer.
To save Paul's life, because I like Paul, and we're making good videos.
So a doctor makes a lot of
Hi,
money
Paul. Put a
because
picture
they
of
have
right
a
here.
skill set
So what
that
I'm
is hard
telling
to
you is,
achieve. You have to go to
knock it
school
out.
for 10,
Stop
12 years.
focusing on the money and start working on solving problems.
And if you solve
And
a
then the next
problem,
thing you
you
gotta
always
do
have a job. Someone's
Is
going
you
to
got to
want to buy what you have.
understand how to solve problems. And this is where most people lack. So some doctors will go to school for 10 years for the ability to solve a problem. That's a long ass time.
So what he's doing here now too is he's going to explain how you can do something like a doctor. Say you want to make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. Doctor is one of the jobs where you can make that money. Digital marketing is also a job where you can make that money, and you don't have to go to school for a long time, because what he wants to sell you is his educational product about digital marketing. And he's going to explain how it's really cheap in the long run. If you don't want to pay $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or $7 for whatever product he's selling, then, and we'll look at this in a second, what his free 30-day plan is and how he's going to get people signed up and what that means for everybody. But that's the gist of what he's doing. He's showing that there's other ways to make money, and it doesn't take a long education to do it.
Some lawyers will go to school for 6 years to be able to solve problems. That's also a long time. But there's this other niche out there too that doesn't take anywhere as long, but pays way more. And that's called customer acquisition.
He also uses the term customer acquisition, which is smart, because if you say something like affiliate marketing to people or agency, it might get a bad name. Agency didn't used to have a bad name, but a lot of people have gotten into that line of work without having any idea of how to actual market. And then people pay them for services, and they're not able to provide the services because they don't even understand basic marketing. So this is a customer acquisition is the basis of what you're doing with digital marketing. It's the modern equivalent of advertising and getting customers. All the way down from the guy holding the sign on the side of the street to get you to pay somebody to do your taxes, all the way up to the Mad Men type advertising agencies. It all serves the same purpose, which is customer acquisition. And there's different techniques to go about that. And so he's really rebranding the digital marketing type space to give it a better, less cheesy feel, right? Because a lot of people don't know the difference between affiliate marketing and network marketing. They think that digital marketing is like a pyramid scheme. Okay, a lot of people are confused if they don't understand the system. So somebody who's watching this, he just looped, or he's trying to loop. He's giving digital marketing a different name, customer acquisition, but it is customer acquisition. And he's putting it with being a doctor and being a lawyer instead of being somebody who cleans a house, okay? Because people have a distinct opinion about those professions. Your mom might not want you to be a digital marketer, but she'll want you to be a doctor or a lawyer. But what if you could do all that same, make the same amount of money and have more freedom, and you don't have to go to school for 12 years? That's what he's trying to push home here.
Some people refer to this as marketing, but it's basically the ability to bring a business customers on demand. Now think about this. Every business that you can think of right now, whether it's B2B, physical products, nonprofits, they all need customers. And without customers, they go out of business. And the reason why people want their business to survive is because that's how they take care of their family. That's how they decide if their kid's going to private school or public school. When something means so much to somebody, they're willing to pay a premium. So if you have the ability to bring customers to a business on demand, you can now control your income. So sometimes I've charged clients 30 grand to bring them customers.
And he's completely correct about this. So once you understand marketing and you can get the basics and you implement it properly and you can bring leads on demand to different companies, you choose who you work with, how much you're going to get paid in general, because you can negotiate, and how little or much you want to work. And this really works with affiliate marketing, what I do. In case you're not familiar with what I do, and this is one of your first videos you're watching me, I've got links below, and you can get some free trainings and see what I have to offer. Because I offer some similar things to kind of what Billie Jean does, but I don't really do a factory version of it. I have a more boutique version where I'll help a certain number of people each month and get them up and started, that kind of thing. So, but it really wants you get to choose. So when you're like a publisher, which is somebody who's able to drive traffic digitally, you're sought after. When you go to the convention, people want you. If you post somewhere online, you get all these DMs about, hey, you want to work, you want to send traffic, want to send traffic, want to send traffic. You are in the driver's seat if you're the person that can get traffic.
Consistently on a monthly basis. Sometimes I charge them $1,000 to bring them customers on a consistent basis. Now, years ago, this operation looked a little bit different because the only way people were getting customers was something called radio, was something called TV, was something called newspaper.
See, and now this is another marketing technique.
Is to advertise
old
on the
way
radio,
versus new
it's going
way.
to cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Billboards the same, TV the same. Now, the new radio, TV, newspaper is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Everybody's on it, but nobody knows how to use it to actually make money. So if you can be the middle person who understands how to run advertisements like this to bring a business customers, well, my friend, now you can solve a big problem and you can actually make money.
So he's doing old way versus new way, which is a marketing and advertising technique. And somebody who, say there's a company and they were doing advertising the old way, the yellow, people counted on the yellow pages. And if you're old enough to remember what the yellow pages are, literally you bought like your $400, $600 ad in the yellow pages once a year. And then that's where your customers came from. People started the name of their company with an A, or double A, so that they could get listed first in the phone book. And that brought in customers. And then the new way is by digital marketing, and you can track everything. But the old advertising people don't understand how to use that, and the people who run these companies a lot of the time don't understand how to utilize them, so they need to hire somebody. Otherwise, their company fails. Therefore, they're willing to pay a premium for you if you're able to do the marketing and understand lead generation. That's why I always focused on lead generation, because no matter where I am, I could fit it into whatever I want to do within digital marketing or any business for that matter.
Money. And the beauty about this whole skill set is it doesn't take 10 years like a doctor. So what I did is I decided to create a short video training.
And he's going to provide the training is what he's going to give you.
By step, how to create advertisements like this,
and we're going to show you
how to go to
page
business
you go
owners
to when this
and get them to pay you monthly to run advertisements for them. I'm simplifying the process. It's not easy. It takes practice. It's a lot of work. But it's also the most rewarding skill set in the world because you're actually helping people. It's not MLM or drop shipping where it's all about the money. It's generally about growing and scaling businesses, communicating with people, and giving people more choices for the people that they love.
So he makes all these, he basically uses 2 advertising techniques, or 3 of them, uses them well because that's all you need. Is you need to separate yourself from everybody else. He wanted to separate the name of digital marketing, call it customer acquisition, and group it in with lawyers and doctors. Also, he's creating authority by being at his beach house. In the beginning, it got cut off because I didn't hit record soon enough, but he basically talks about, I'm here at my beach house. And that gives you the assumption, if you don't know who he is, that he owns a beach house in San Diego, and he's got the money to afford a multi-million-dollar beach house, or at least rent one for the video. And that creates authority. So he's giving you the authority, and then he's going to tell you why what you're thinking was wrong because you're going after money instead of solving a problem. And then here's a way to solve problems for people that makes a lot of money, but it doesn't require a long education. So there's basically 3 or 4 things he just tackled for you that people would leave people in doubt. Negative things they might think when you're trying to sell something, and he just shot all those things down and said, nope, you're wrong. This is why. This is why this commercial is effective and why he spends a lot of money on it. And if we go forward, he's basically trying to, here we go, and he's going to tell you to sign up.
Learn something that matters, damn it, I'm out.
All right, so.
And really quick, to address all the little trolls in the comments of these advertisements. You go, well, why does he have to show off his house, and why do we have to see his car? Because that's what got your attention.
He explains it.
Before you can actually bring a business customers, they have to know that you exist. And the way that they know you exist is by getting attention. And it just so happens that you care about this house and these cars and all that stuff. Therefore, I show it to you. I'm just the messenger. I didn't put it in you.
Bingo. So, like I was saying, and then he leaves on that and you go, you know what? This guy's honest. And so you put it, you're going to click on his thing for the free 30-day plan. So you can see what happened there. And there's also a thing called splitting the audience, where you want to get rid of the people who are going to be negative anyway, that don't like your product, right? And you're not going to try and convert them. You're going to try and convert the people who already believe in what you're saying and get rid of the other people. You don't need to mess with them. There's going to be 20 to 30% of people, no matter what you do, that will poo-poo on you. And you're just going to want to get rid of those people because they don't matter. And that happens with any place, right? If you've got a restaurant and you've got somebody that comes in and sends food back all the time and they never tip, well, you don't want that person in your restaurant anyway. You tell them, get the heck out. Okay. That's what people do with Yelp now. When people start giving bad reviews, they give them heck back. Right. So, it's called splitting the audience is one of the terms for it. So he used a lot of great techniques in this. And then let's go ahead and check out what happens when we go to, I think I recorded this one too long. These are the videos that came on after. So you can see how better his commercial is than the guy after him. This might be an okay commercial, but it's not quite the same background. It's probably as best as he could do for that. And this is maybe for real estate, but we won't go into that because that's a different person. So I am going to switch over now, and we're going to look at the... I am going to click his link, copy link, and go here, should go here. Okay, so his free training is going to be a 30-day contest. Okay, so let's just check this out. Billy Gina's marketing. He's using this to get social proof. So, other people are signing up, therefore it must be good. So he wants to attempt to make 10,000 in the next 30 days. You want to join him, and he's going to have a 30-day challenge that you sign up for. Okay, and when you sign up, it's going to check. It's the kickoff call is a webinar. Okay, and so his sales technique for this is to join the webinar that you're going to go to. So his video here is very short.
Created something called 30 Days
It's
of Genius.
only a couple seconds,
simple.
and he's
If I
basically
lost
doing
it
this
all,
so
I
you
lost
click
my
here to
brand,
sign
I
in on
lost
this.
my money.
Videos work
And
better
I-
than
and
pictures
I had to
most of the
start all over
time.
again. I had to make my money again. It's a 30-day plan of it.
And the trade-off he has here is this. So what's going to happen without me even signing up for this webinar is when you click on this and then sign up, and I'm going to sign up in a minute. It's probably an evergreen. So, he's going to make me do it tomorrow. So I think it's a webinar. And it might be a kickoff. It might be an actual call. But either way, he's driving the action so that you're going to sign up for something more expensive. But in the meantime, he's going to get your email so that you can be on his email list. And the idea behind all this is that you make a profit while getting the email list, and then you'll really get most of your stuff after the people on your email list is where you get the signups that are kind of free. And you're hoping to just at least break even when you're doing these types of ads. So he's going to give you this training and the 30 days of genius. And I'm not sure if it costs money or not to join this. And I won't be able to find out until tomorrow by looking at it. I'm just going to go ahead and sign up, and then we'll, boop. I'm going to pause this and sign up and see what happens. Okay, so this is actually not. I'm almost certain it's evergreen, which means it's not going to be an actual live webinar because nobody's giving 2 webinars a day. And I'm not sure what they're going to sell after it, but we'll put it together and look at it. And that's what that is all about. So he's trying to get your email address, and that's what that ad did. And he's trying to get you to watch the webinar. And if he gets 100 people to show up and 10 people purchase the product, if it's $9.97, then he makes if he can make $9,000 of sales, and he spends $9,000, and he also gets 5,000 email signups, then he just does it every single day. Then he's got this huge list. It's going to get more and more signups. And then you get 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 50 people signing up a day. Now you're making, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 a day selling the course. And that's how you do that. Now, also where you really truly make the money is that people that went this far, what he's going to do is he's going to show you another ad. And this is the remarketing ad. And I'm not positive this is a remarketing ad, but I am going to type this in. And I got this ad after I watched this other ad. And so that was another ad that eventually wants to land you here, which is going to get you towards, it's a $31 product he's trying to sell. And the remarketing video is as such. Let me... Okay, so this is the remarketing video
of all time. Number 1. If you manifest what you want and you wake up every single day and you look in the mirror and you draw in the mirror, you're going to be rich. What? I hate to break it to you. Nobody gets paid for how bad they want something.
Can you guess what he's going to now? So you'll notice another thing about this video, okay? He started off with a list. That should get your attention, is like 3 worst of whatever. It's like a clickbait title, the 3 worst haircuts of a celebrity ever. So he's going to get the 3 worst pieces of advice. So you're like, it's only 3. I can sit around and listen to these 3 pieces of advice. So it gets your attention. He does a good job of that again. And also, he doesn't really need to introduce himself much anymore because I'm pretty sure they know that this is a remarketing video. So I've already watched one of his other videos and he's aware of that. And so this is really a take action video. So everything he wants to do here is he's going to say things that make you want to take action. Because you might have been sitting on the fence and you say, looks like a good guy. It looks like he knows what he's talking about, but I don't know. And so the first thing is wishing isn't going to get you anywhere, which is totally 100% completely true. And probably the biggest blunder that people make is they're like, well, if I just want something bad enough, I get it. No, that's not the case. Wanting something bad enough has to lead to you doing enough action bad enough or enough with persistence in order to achieve a goal.
Thing. No matter how bad you want to win the lotto, you cannot manifest it. People only get paid to solve problems. Doctors get paid a lot of money because they can save lives.
Rehashing was on the other video.
Lawyers get paid a lot of money because they can keep us out of jail. But what problems can you solve?
He's summarizing.
So you can't manifest a skill set to solve problems. You have to earn it. The same way that a barber goes to school to learn how to do hair, a hairdresser goes to school to learn. Anything that's going to dictate a high pay requires education first. Mistake number 2, your entertainment budget exceeds your education budget.
Okay, and now he's basically going to tell you that if you are super stupid and cheap, in so many words, if you're not willing to spend the $31 or $37 that this product is, then you don't deserve to achieve anything because you're spending money on coffee and I think he talks about Hulu and Netflix per month, and you're not willing to spend this one-time fee in order to improve your life. So if you're spending money on your entertainment and not on improving yourself, then you're being foolish.
Oh, I just hit you with the truth there. Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, $30 a month. How much did you spend on getting help and learning a skill set? What was that? Nothing? Well, I can just Google it on YouTube, the 3rd worst business advice. Just Google it. How can you search for something when you don't even know what to ask? Are you kidding me? Arrogance and ignorance, these things hold back entrepreneurs all the time. Think about this. If I told you to play football and you've never played football for the first time and I said, go out on the field and go.
And basically the rest of this commercial breaks down the fact that you can't just go out in the wild because you're going to starve to death. You need somebody to show you the path, the trail. If you blaze your own trail, you're going to get stuck with a lot of thorns and that kind of thing. So, and which is true. So that's what he basically breaks those items down. And then if I fast forward here pretty quickly, yep, then it goes to the page that he came to. So, and this is, he wants to give away all of his old training stuff and it's owned because 99% off. And it costs, let's see. It costs, I think it was $31 when I looked. Yeah, it's $31. And so when you go to fill it out, it's $31 and that's going to cover the cost of his ads and maybe make a little bit of money, like I was saying before. Remarketing is a lot cheaper, so he probably makes a nice little profit on this one, I'm imagining. And he also gets you to purchase something. And somebody who's bought something from you at $31 is much more likely to buy something from you for $100, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. Because what happens is this. A lot of people are going to buy the $31 thing, and they won't do anything with it. They won't do anything at all. And then there's going to be a couple people that look at the $31 and then maybe buy like a $100 or the $1,000 product. And then a few of those people are going to do what he says, and they're going to be able to make $3,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month. Okay. They might make $10,000 a month. They might make $20,000 a month. And then when they realize the potential, then they're going to pay him $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for like one-on-one help, or to fly, to go in and go to his offices. And he's going to make a lot of money on those training sessions, because somebody who learns how to make $5,000 a month is able, they see the benefit of this. A lot of people go, I'm not going to spend $1,000 because it's $1,000. But if you learn how to make $1,000 a month, then you make your money back after month one. And it's worth, if somebody said you can make $250,000, maybe if you invested $10,000, everybody would say, yeah, I'll do that. I can make that money back in a month. Yeah, I'll do that. So that's the approach that he's taking with this. And so $31 leads to a bigger product and a bigger product. He also has an upsell after this for, I think it was, it's like $29 or something. I think, if you fill out, it's an extra $29.95. The uptake on these is usually maybe 1 out of 3 people will also opt to get this for the bonus. It's his playbook, and then that's all pure profit for him as well. So even if he was breaking even on the ad spend to get people to pay the $31, and then a third of the people do this, that's $10 each sign up. He's making the extra money, throw more money at it, and it's profitable. And that's the gist of how almost every single selling a course works. And people kind of don't pay attention to these simple items of where the money's made. They might just put out one product, forget the upsell, forget to remarket, and they wonder why they end up breaking even. Because all the money's made on the upsell or the remarketing sale or the next step in your value ladder. So I hope you guys all remember that. I don't want to make this too long, but I did want to make sure that I point out everything he does in the commercials, because he does them well, and the marketing techniques to sell them. And he does a really good job. And so if you guys copy his techniques or some of the techniques that I'm showing you, you do really well. So go ahead and like this video if you're watching on YouTube, and there's probably a link where you can sign up for something. And if not, and if you're watching this and you're already participating in my courses, make sure you pay attention to the techniques that people are using. And always, I record these things all the time. That's why I'm deciding to make a video out of it. Because as soon as I run across an ad, I hit pause and then I record it so I can study what they're doing, because it's fascinating to me. So anyway, I hope this finds you well, and take care, and I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.